Hey everyone, we are officially here for MinMax battle number 2. We are in the first game now. We've lost the die roll and do not have a keepable hand, unfortunately. We have 4 colors in this hand and no way to cast any of them, so that's an easy mulligan. Oh, that's even worse, because now there's no lands. So let's go to 5. Okay, this is fine. We'll keep this. We'll probably put Badlands and Force of Will on the bottom. I don't think that we're going to be able to afford to 2-for-1 ourselves, given how low on resources we already are. And so my plan is to turn 1 a Delver, turn 2 a Wren, and just hope that gets there. When you're low on resources, sometimes you just have to make riskier plays. The reason I'm fetching Volcanic here is in case Min's on a creature deck and I top deck a Wasteland, I'll want to both bolt the creature and Wasteland the land he fetches with Polluted Delta. We will see what's happening. Polluted Delta Go is a very ambiguous opening. I'm guessing Min's on something Grixis-y, but he could also be on like Storm. I could see this just being a Storm deck. Or Snow-Covered Island, he could be on an Astrolabe deck, using that to fix mana and cast 4 colors, which I was going to say is greedy, but I'm also on a 4-color deck, so that's not a fair statement to make. Min is sculpting his hand here. Fetching another Polluted Delta. We'll see what that's going to be. It will tell us a lot more about his deck. Okay, basic Swamp. He's looking like Storm. He's looking a lot like Storm. And if he takes Brainstorm here, that will be a big tell that he's probably on Storm. Because Red and 6 and Lightning Bolt do very little against the Storm deck. Yep, he took Brainstorm. I am thinking that Min's on Storm. Okay, so what are we revealing? Dreadhorde Arcanist. I would not like to reveal it. I would like to cast it though, because if Min doesn't kill us next turn, which is certainly not a given, Arcanist flashing back Brainstorm is probably our best way to sneak into this game. There's also a chance that Min's on Grixis control here. Like fetching basics, opening up this way. It could just be Grixis control with snow-covered swamps to cast Dead of Winter instead of Toxic Deluge. But I have the fear. I'm scared. And if you want to know what Min is on, you can check out his video. He's recording his perspective of this match. That's why MinMax Battles is so exciting to us. We're going head to head and showing both players showing the viewers exactly what both players have in their hands and what we're thinking as we battle. I am thinking I do not want to reveal this Underground Sea, and it's a bunch of garbage. And if I can get to an attack step here, which it looks like I'm able to, this Brainstorm is getting cast. Okay, so I can put away Underground Sea and 1 Ren and 6. Because then I can cast this Ren. And return my Scalding Tarn. Get the land and play it. So I think at this point, I'd rather not ponder. The reason I would ponder is to find Force of Will exactly. I think I'm more likely to want to leave open what might look like Spell Pierce. Actually, no, I have Daze. It's going to be to leave open Lightning Bolt. That's the real reason, because this is 7 damage. Delver could deal 10, 11. So if we ponder into another Bolt next turn, that is lethal. Or if Min Thought Seizes again, that's also lethal. There's a, I'm going to say 100% chance, but anyone watching the video of Min's perspective, knowing that he's not on Storm, will tell me I'm wrong. But I think it's almost certain he's on Storm right now. Min is thinking way too hard at 13 life with 2 lands in play and 7 cards in hand to not be on Storm. So, Captain Dark Ritual over here will probably just kill me here. If I can daze something, I absolutely will. If I can Lightning Bolt, that's exciting too. The Lightning Bolt basically makes Ad Nauseam not a realistic thing that Min can do. Yeah, that volcanic. Yep. Okay, Storm. Kill me. Kill me. Make me into a dead guy. Cabal Ritual. Okay, so Min has 7 mana available right now. 10 mana available. This Daze is looking worse and worse. Hard casting Past in Flames, okay. Dark Writ. He might have the Tendrils in hand. Thought Sees Me. I'm going to let him do this. I'd rather... Let's see. 7, 8, 9. So 3. Yeah, I have to let this resolve. I was thinking about dazing it, but he could just let that happen and then cast Cabal Ritual and then Tendrils me because Daze builds Storm Count as well. I'm thinking that Min has a natural Tendrils in hand. And Min's probably looking at my hand and seeing if Daze matters. Lightning Bolt, okay. Maybe I'm not just dead here. Okay, so this will add 3. Putting Min up to 5. I just have to let it happen. And this is lethal Tendrils Min. Brainstorm, okay. Yeah, this Daze is doing a fat load of nothing here. Okay, it's not deterministic. Min's casting stuff. Chose not to shuffle though. That's really bad. There's the Tendrils. Womp, womp, womp. All the womps. Now we die. Let's go to game 2. Okay. So, Wrenn 6 is not particularly good against Storm. True Nemesis is a blue card, which is honestly surprisingly important against Storm. These are probably the most cuttable cards we have. Let's see what we can bring in. So we want to bring in, I believe that Min's on Ad Nauseam Tendrils, Ant. So Graveyard Hate is good. Killing the Goblin Plan with those is good. Killing all the artifacts with this is good. Countering the blue cards is good. And this is just another answer to goblins. So that's what we want. At the bare minimum, this is what we don't want. We can probably cut all the Ren and 6s. They're just very low impact in this matchup. And maybe the 2 other Goyfs. Go down to pretty low creature count. Only 10 creatures, so 4 Delvers, 2 Arcanists. I guess the Plague Engineers attack. Bolts are pretty bad. Let's cut a couple bolts for a couple Goyfs. Just for a clock. Cut all the bolts. Yeah, let's cut all the bolts and bring in Ren and 6. Ren and 6 is likely better than Lightning Bolt. Just on the off chance that we can recur Wastelands or just fix our mana or what have you. On the play, still no lands. That's unfortunate. Mulliganing that. This hand is much better. We'll keep it. And I think I don't want... I'm going to bottom Plague Engineer for now. If I need it later, I'll try to find it. I'm going to turn 1 a Delver here and hope I do not die. I just want to get the clock going. The more turns I give Min, the more likely I am to lose. Island Preordain is very fortunate for me. That means he is less likely to be able to stop this Delver. I will not reveal true name because Delver hates flipping. Let's Thoughtseize. Okay, so I'm going to take Duress and Pyroblast the Brainstorm. And if Min does not cast anything, he'll cast something, but if he doesn't, I might Brainstorm on my end step. Delta. Fetching. Are we just going to lose here? That would be unfortunate. Thoughtseize. Gross. So Min's going to take this Brainstorm. I just want to hide. Okay, so I'm going to put Ren and 6 down below Force of Will. There's a chance that Min takes the Pyroblast over the True Name. And if he does that, then I have Force of Will pitch True Name back up. Oh! Wait, no, I flip Force to Delver. Is that bad? Do I want to flip Force to Delver? Yeah, I think I want to flip Force to Delver. Gets the clock going. Reveal Force. Which again isn't great, but that Thoughtseize put us in kind of an iffy situation. Since the Wasteland is a known card, I'm just going to play it out. Next turn, I'm going to play a True Name. Or do I just force this Brainstorm? Yeah, I think this is the brainstormy force. I think it's going to slow him down enough. Oh no. It's a bunch of goblins now. That's bad for us. It's 8 goblins. This Ren and 6 is not gonna get us there. I'm gonna wasteland this Valk before anything bad happens with the past in flames I know about. I'm dead in 3 hits regardless, which is why I'm attacking with Delver. Getting hit for 7, 6, and then 5 is lethal. So no reason to hold back. Actually, maybe that was dumb. I think I actually have to hold back. I just wasn't thinking well. Oh, gross. Okay, well, I'm not dead. I can top deck my other Plague Engineer. So it looks like Min is going to kill this Ren and 6 and deal me 5, putting me to a very pitiful 3 life. Come on, Plague Engineer. Ah, so close, yet so far. Let's see if Min attacks with everything. So Arcanus is very scary. He might not want to attack. Oh, he did. GG. All right. Well, we got round 1 by the Minifer. Next up on deck is going to be sorry, not this deck. Ren Prison. 1 second, I have to sneeze. Okay, back. So, Min's gonna challenge me up whenever he's ready. And we're gonna try to Ren Prison him. Ren Prison him good. This deck is very silly. You'll probably expect a Chalice deck at this point, since I let off on a fair blue deck. But I did not expect Storm from Min going into this, so that's interesting. I'm glad that he's just showing us his range. Because we know Min's an expert in miracles, but maybe you didn't know he's also a decent storm pilot. Although I'm sure he'd disagree and say he's terrible. He also thinks he's bad at miracles. And he's wrong in both counts. Ren Prison, accept. Okay, we won the die roll this time, so that's fortunate. We will play first. Keep this hand. It's a turn 1 Chalice followed by a turn 2 Thought Knot or Karn, but probably a turn 2 Thought Knot. Min's on 6 at least, and thinking on the 6, okay. Show Min why Chalice decks are called Chalice decks. Chalice. Resolved. Now watch Min's on a Chalice deck. Okay, he's not on a Chalice deck. That's reassuring. Let's grab a Thought Knot Seer. What's Min doing? There's a Chalice in play, man. You don't want to brainstorm here. Daze? Oh, he's on a Delver deck. Okay. Well, that'll show us. Hopefully we draw another Soul Land or a Mox Diamond here. We didn't draw either of those, but I'm going to float 2 because it's free to do so. And then play a Prismatic Vista. I'm going to let this 2 mana go to waste. I'm not using it. I just need to play out my stuff. Young Pyromancer is in play. Blue-Red Delver is the deck of choice. We're going to fetch a mountain, since we have Forest and Grove. Cool, so now we have available stuff up all the way through 4 mana for this Karn. Pyromancer's coming in. Arcanist is now in play. So this won't really do much as far as casting spells, but it will do a lot insofar as making our lives worse. I think that I'm going to first cast the Karn Great Creator. Yeah, so at this point, Min is just firing spells into the Chalice. And I'm just debating Karn Great Creator versus Thought Knot Seer. Maybe it's right to jam the Thought Knot first, just as a brick wall. Because we're taking a lot of damage here. Yeah, and I need to stem the bleeding a little bit. Ooh, Walking Ballista. Walking Ballista is a really good way to stem the bleeding, but I think I'm going to jam out the Thought Knot first. This gets dazed or forced. This is very bad for us. It doesn't. Cool. Okay, now he just fires off another brainstorm into the Chalice. I'm going to take this Preordain because it just represents more elemental tokens. And Min's got all the Arcanists he could possibly want. Let's look at the sideboard to figure out what our wish targets are going to be. Okay, so everything's coming in. Coming in hot. So since I know that I have this Walking Ballista, I think I'm going to block an Arcanist because I can eat the Pyromancer with my Ballista. So this is going to be a more permanent solution to this problem. Oh no, okay. Well, that's bad for us. What can we do? Are we dead if we go Karn minus? Karn minus 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're pretty dead if we do that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Ballista for 2. We're not in great shape at this point. We're just going to get aggroed out. This true name is doing a lot of damage. So now we block. We'll block this. Block this. Then we'll shoot down this Pyromancer. Shoot down an Elemental. Take 6, go to 1. Or sorry, 5, go to 2. Okay, yeah. Ancient Stirrings, we cannot cast. Anything in our sideboard that saves us for 1 mana? I don't think so. So that's going to be game 1 here. Little true name that could. Now going off into the sideboard, Kozilek's Return is going to be obviously great. Magmatic Sinkhole is probably good enough, but we're not going to immediately bring it in. Crucible of Worlds helps us just undo some wasteland stuff. Against these decks, we can trim Karn a little bit. They just get a little bit expensive and clunky. And Sylvan Library is rough because our life total comes under too much pressure. There's also the argument for, instead of playing Crucible, putting the 4th Ballista in the main. Since if we want to sweep something, we can grab EE from the sideboard. I like that. Let's try that. Submit. Okay, so that was a pretty rough game 1. Min has clearly brought his A game today. We are 0-3 in games, but we can climb back. We can climb back. Min is a powerful wizard. The first MinMax battle was really close. We barely squeaked it out 3-2. By which I mean I crushed him 3-2. Okay, so this hand is a very, very strange hand. And I'm going to keep it. So I'm banking here. I have a 25 land deck. I'm banking here that my Ancient Stirrings, my Mox Diamond Ancient Stirrings, finds another land. And if it does, this hand is amazing. If it doesn't, it's terrible. Min is on 6. Okay, so let's fire off this Mox Diamond. Cast an Ancient Stirrings. Hit a land. Hit a land. We hit a land. We'll do this. We're gonna fetch for red before any funny business occurs and pass the turn. Also, just to shuffle those cards back in, I'd be happy drawing a lot of them. Probably going to want to jam out the chalices before, especially since I have 2 chalices. I'm thinking there's very little chance that this spell resolves. Otherwise, I'd probably play Run in 6 here. But yeah, it might resolve. Wow. If this resolves, I kind of regret the decision I made, since I could Ren plus return City, then cast Chalice. But I just don't think it's resolving. Okay, Force of Negation. My intuition was correct. It does mean that Min doesn't have days. Okay, he's brainstorming now. He's probably trying to put a threat on the board. If this fetches and grabs a Delver, I'm just gonna... Yeah, okay. I have a lot of choices on what to do to kill Delver here. I think I'm going to play Wren. Or should I play Punishing Fire? Or should I just play Chalice? I'm going to play the Wren. Just going to hope things go right. They do. Goodbye, Delver. We'll be able to start returning lands with Wren next turn, assuming that we don't immediately get him bolted. Which would be very sad. Ah, sad. And another Delver, okay. Ancient Tomb. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cast Ballista for 1. Cast the Chalice. And just shoot down this Delver. Okay, so now kind of have control of the game, unless a true name comes down right here. True name does not come down, which is reassuring. We no longer have lands, that is less reassuring. Hey, look at that, we found a land. We don't have green, or colorless, but we do have red. If this is the true name, it's not. That means Min does not have true name in his hand. Grove was a great draw. You know what, actually I'm gonna cast this Trinisphere. Just makes things a little more likely to resolve in the future. Okay, well there's the true name. Okay. And here's a bridge. One good top deck deserves another. Treasured Arcanist, okay. Hopefully we draw a land here. Okay, I'm going to throw down the second Ensnaring Bridge. So Arcanist is going to be able to attack, but it's only going to be able to flash things back that get countered by Chalice. Okay, now, that's gross. Arcanist still attacks. The trigger doesn't do anything, but the 1 damage definitely hurts. Min is realizing that he has to target something, and then choose not to cast it. Okay. Lightning Bolt, and then no cast. We take 1. Ouch. Okay, well we've got 2 Punishing Fires now. It's time to start emptying our hand. Take 2, Min. Burn 6 is a very good draw. I'm going to return and play a Prismatic Vista. Next turn, I'll be able to combine Renin 6's -1 with this Punishing Fire to deal the Arcanist, 3 points of damage. Let's get a Forest out and play. Ballista, okay. So let's Punishing Fire first. Cost 3. Okay. Get out of here. Okay, so that Arcanist is gone. Very fortunate. Min probably has a force of will in hand, given his willingness to play that out there. So I don't think it really changes how I play this game. But it's good to note. Like, this ballista is probably getting countered. Okay, it didn't. That's really good to note. So now the sooner we draw a wasteland, the better. So I'm going to play this. Turn City of Traders, I think. Or I'll return Ancient Tomb. And I'm thinking on playing this Renin 6. I think I will. The reason to do this, by the way, is just to clear a card out of my hand. I just don't want too many cards in hand. But replacing the Renin 6, just -1 card. I didn't even have to grab the Ancient Tomb, but I figured that I can now zero out of cards pretty easily. There's an Arcanist. Okay, so we will -1 on here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a counter on Ballista. Okay. I'm just sitting here under a bridge. Eventually I'll draw a Karn or a Wasteland, and then things will get way better for me. Min tapped to land on the upkeep for fun, I think. Alright, then I will return Prismatic Vista. Play that. I'm not going to zero out my hand this time. Honestly, just draw going, right? This is a prison deck. I have quote-unquote locked it up. And Min sees the writing on the wall. I was eventually going to draw something that just, like a Karn and then a Lattice, and win the game from there. Or just ultimate Renin 6 and recur Punishing Fire forever, right? That's a win. On the draw, is there anything I'd like to change? I don't think so. Relic of Progenitors has some text in this matchup, but I think the cards I'm currently playing have more text. So So I'll keep playing those. Okay, so this hand is a turn 1 Chalice, turn 2 Turn of Sphere, turn 3 Ensnaring Bridge. It's a very painful mana base, mind you. Okay. But I think we just run it out like that. Gets dazed, okay. Who knows, we might get wastelanded here. That would be fantastic. I've always wanted to get wastelanded. You know, what I'm going to do is on Min's upkeep, I'm going to jam this Punishing Fire. Or you not? No. Trinosphere. I need this Punishing Fire to resolve, unfortunately. This 10 life is not enough life. Okay, so no second land. I think I'm going to grab Ancient Stirrings first. See if I can't find like a Mox Diamond or something. I could find a Mox Diamond or something. Mox Diamond. So I play this. I pitch the City of Traitors. I lament over the fact that I cannot play another land. And I Punishing Fire this Delver. Okay, it gets forced. The next turn, I have Ensnaring Bridge. Two, three. This might get forced. I've got to jam the second one. It clears my hand. I'm only at 5 life, which is not very much life against a deck with a ton of lightning bolts in it. But hopefully we find a Chalice or something soon. Okay, so Punishing Fire. We'll do this on the upkeep. We'll allow Min to stack it however he wants, because it doesn't matter. Volcanics and bolts kill us. Also a way to blow up an artifact. Preordain, okay. Well, we're no longer under pressure from these Delvers. He went from not being able to attack to being able to attack. Wasteland. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to Punishing Fire Delver. we're gonna pay red twice. Let's get these back into our hand. Now we can hold on to this and really just hope that we get out of this whole situation. Arcanist, gross. We'll deal min 2 because Arcanist can take the 2 damage and survive. So putting min from 18 to 16 seems like a better use of our time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Here's where it falls apart. Brainstorm for min. Let's see. Right now, I would really like to draw another ensnaring bridge. Unfortunately, we've already run through 2. Thought Knot Seer actually would not be a castable card at this point. Okay. Well, we're dead to a bolt now. Yep, GG. Okay, O2. Time to recover. Time to recover. Oops. Next up is Dredge. All right. Are we ready to play the Dredge, to put the fear in min? We are ready, I think. Hopefully we don't get paired against the Chalice deck. But if we do, then we do. Dredge, Dredge, Dredge. Let's play some Dredge. We've won the die roll. We'll play first. This hand has no discard outlet. We'll mulligan. This hand has a lot of nice discard outlets, some dredgers. It's an easy keep. I think that we put the probably the Careful Study on the bottom. So first off, we'll start with the Faithless Looting. Okay, cool. We'll put away Grave Troll and Stinkweed Imp. Popping out our graveyard here, getting nice and beefy. Flooded Strand Go is fantastic for us. Let's dredge Grave Troll. We have two dredgers in the graveyard. So we can draw 3, discard 3 with Cephalid. I think that's what I'm going to do, because it's uncounterable. Dredge, dredge, dredge. And we'll discard Cabal Therapy, Grave Troll, Grave Troll. And Min has conceded the game. So against unknown blue deck, Surgical Extraction is the most common piece of sideboard hate, so Gravestones will come in. And we'll probably want to cut just a little bit of chaff. It's like breakthroughs are the most all-in card. So I can cut like one breakthrough and a Golgari Thug maybe. Let's do that. Not too much sideboarding. But Dredge is a deck where, unless the opposing deck's game plan is better than your own, you really want to keep your game plan going. This whole make a pile of graveyard and make their life tough. Okay, so this hand has 2 Narcos in hand, and it's all in. I don't want to keep this. This hand will have 7 cards, 6 in play. So I'm thinking if I can just like go in on the Cephalid Coliseum, I'll have 1, 2, 3. I'll have to put a card back, which would be the Narcomoeba. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 6th card we draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nah, it will not work. Go to 5. This hand cannot cast any of the Faithless Lootings and doesn't have a Dredger. To 4. This hand has the stuff we need. So we'll put away Icarid, Narcomoeba, and a Confluence. Unfortunately, we're just all in on making things resolve. Looks like Min is on Miracles, probably. Maybe a Stoneblade, but probably Miracles. So let's loot faithlessly. This might get forced. Okay, it didn't. Cool. So we'll discard 1 of each Dredger. I'm guessing that Min has a Containment Priest in his hand. I'm thinking I might want to I'm going to Faithless Looting first. I was thinking I might want to just Putrid Imp and snap off a Containment Priest, but maybe not. Can I beat Containment Priest if like I Therapy Containment Priest? No, I probably want to Faithless Looting first. Do the Thug and the Imp. Discard a Bridge from below. And a Grave Troll. I'm guessing this is where Containment Priest comes in. Surgical. Okay, so Surgicaling Narcomoebas. If Min has Snap Surgical here, then that could be a little rough. We'll probably have to start drawing cards and casting things and then sacrificing them to Cabal Therapy to make a little zombie army. So these Narcomoebas don't work. I click yes and nothing happens. It's very disappointing. AK for 1, which makes me think that Min does not actively have a Snapcaster range, or he would just run it out. Maybe? I don't know. I feel like he would. We could make a decent amount of zombies. We're in good shape, because then we can start casting Hogak. Looks like Min is digging hard for probably what's another surgical extraction. So Icarid triggers. I will remove Street Wraith. Draw. And by draw I mean dredge. Let's see here. Let's I think I'm gonna therapy first. Or no, I don't think Min has a Swords to Plowshare, so he would have used it earlier. So we're gonna attack with Icarid. We're gonna name Force of Will. He hasn't had a good card to fire off for a while, so I think Force of Will is the name. Force of Negation. The other force. Look at that hand though. Wow. Click, click. So if I go Putrid Imp here, can't Force of Negation that. Definitely Force of Negation this one. Okay. But I forced the force. I think we just pass back now. So Min is probably encouraged to run out the Mentor here. Jace, okay. I was wrong. Maybe he's looking for a Terminus or a Surgical. Either way, Min's under a 2-turn clock. So let's dredge that. And get attacking. So Icarid, you go at Jace. The rest of these folk go at Min. And behold, the 2-turn clock. Okay. What's happening here? Supreme Verdict? Ponder. Ponder for Supreme Verdict. Maybe there's a brainstorm. Min's going to click himself probably, so I'm not going to return this. I don't want to get the Icarid blown out by Terminus. Now I've got more than enough power here. So yeah, Min tries to hit Terminus. And does not. Okay, we got the match. Very cool. So we're on the board. Thanks, Dredge. Doing what Dredge does best, which is just take people by surprise. Now we're going to play Steel Stompy. Hopefully this is a powerful strategy against whatever Min is intending to play. For some reason I have a feeling it's going to be a Chalice Mirror, but I also thought he was going to play Chalice last time. Except... we lost the die roll. Yeah, this is a keep. Turn 1 Steel Overseer, turn 2 Stuff. By stuff, it might just be keep. So, yeah, we'll see what Min is doing. It's very likely we're just going to jam out Steel Overseer on turn 1. If we top deck something like a Lotus Petal, we'll be able to do a lot of stuff turn 2. Underground Sea, Ponder. Oh man, what if this is Storm again? Alright. Plan changed. We're chalicing. Force pitch Jace. So this is not Storm. But we did force a force out of Min's hand. Into Turok. Very rude. So now we do this. Let's put a factory in play. Hits for slightly more damage than the Blink Moth does. Not feeling... ooh, this is the Snow Grixis. Snow Grixis. Okay, well, Overseer's dead. Poor guy. Hangerback is a good draw. Hangerback just accumulates value. So let's try to get it in play. It's good against the removal spells that Grixis plays. And next turn we can do stuff like tap it down to grow it, plus attack. So that's just the best of both worlds. Attack with the creature land. Ancient Tomb. Do I attack in with the creature lands here? No, I don't want to attack with both. I think I'm going to Urborg. Cast this Ballista. Because I can always start pumping it later. I'm going to hold off on activating this Hangerback Walker for a little bit. Not too long, but a little bit. Brainstorm. I'll do it now. Ah, Fatal Push. Okay, gross. Punished, but that's okay. Soon we'll be able to start attacking. So we'll tap this for black, this for black. This becomes a creature. This becomes a creature. And we send in with the team. The best thing Min can do here is play Snapcaster Mage. Looks like that's a Kolaghan's command. Okay, that's the new best thing Min can do. Throwing damage at Min. Now we just try to beat down with Thopters, and whatever we top deck is a solid draw, so that's nice. Baleful Strix, okay. Let's try to top deck another Walking Ballista. Thought-Knot's not bad. I think I'm gonna go. Just gonna see what Min's doing. Force Pitch Snap. Okay, cool. That was definitely worthwhile. I'm gonna trade this Thopter for a Strix. Now that we're both out of cards, I just kind of want to leverage whatever advantage I have, and most things I have are better than a random Thopter. At this point, I'm going to hold the Swamp just as an extra card to discard to a Kolaghan's command or something. We're just methodically cracking in for very small amounts of damage. Okay, it looks like Min is drawing lands, but as are we, so this is not great for either one of us. Inventor's Fair is doing a fat load of nothing, but we'll play it. Don't need to hold too many lands. Okay, so this was not a land. Oh, it wasn't land that Min drew. Okay. Revoker. Kind of want to name Liliana the Last Hope. Or this just gets hardcast forced. I'm willing to make that trade. Ponder, that's bad for us. It's just a shuffle. That's less bad for us. Okay, Strix. Time to top deck another Walking Ballista. Factory is not bad. So we'll trade the Blink Moth for the Strix. Play out a Factory. And hope that Min's just not going to draw much. Back to basics. Oof, okay. Main deck back to basics. That's really hard for this deck to beat. So we'll go like this. We'll animate the Factory. We'll attack for 2. In second main phase, I'm going to sacrifice the Factory to the Ravager since it's effectively a dead card now. Jace. Very mean of Min to play Jace on this board. Very mean of him to bounce him a Ravager on this board. Okay, so just gonna play a Ravager out. Gonna have to. Forced plays. Okay. Well, we're not going to win this game in all likelihood, but I'm going to battle it out for a little bit. That's what you guys are here for, to watch Min and Max battle. There are combinations of cards that could win us the game here. Probably for top deck, a Revoker for Jace. And then like a Thought Knot Seer to win quickly. No more Lotus Petal. Alright, Min's got this one. Yeah. That was not cutting it. Unfortunately, every single spell becomes a one-shot. Every single creature land becomes a one-shot, and that just makes our life way harder. I think these are the cards that we want. And as far as what's not so good, we can cut a couple Lotus Petals and Mox Opals. Actually, no, we can't, because we're bringing them. Alright, if we don't bring in the black cards, we can do that. So we're just trimming down there because they're just really not that essential against the overall plan that Min is doing. We don't want to go all in and then just get answered real quick, easy peasy. Hangerbacks are good. Revokers are okay. I can trim one Revoker. Honestly, Chalice isn't even that good against Min. It's playing so much removal for the card and a lot of things that cost more than one. So I think we can trim like that. The Thorn of Amethyst are quite good because Min's deck is so expensive. Warping Whale is really a consideration that I should have thought about more, but I think my plan really is just to stick a Karn. Stick a Karn and go wild with Karn. Total carnage, if you will. I would like to play first. Let's see, what does this hand do? Yeah, I'm going to keep it. I'm not rushing out the city into Thorn because the city is going to be an important part of how I actually cast this Karn. Now, unfortunately, here I'm going to get Thought Seized, but Min has the choice of either taking the Thorn or taking the Karn. He might be priced into taking the Karn, which would be super nice. Takes the Thorn, okay. Maybe he's hoping he can him the Karn or something. Alright, let's get our creature lands in play, and a Ballista. Just trying to play to the board enough that Min won't have the available resources to both answer the board and deal with this Karn all in one shot. Like if he hymns here, we have a 50-50 shot of losing this Karn. Okay, so Fatal Push. Goes Ballista to face. And then we just jam Karn. Yeah, this is definitely a Karn jamming situation. Karn down, make a creature. I'm not even considering chalicing on 0 to make it a 2/2. There's not enough stuff that Min could have to make that worthwhile. Oh, something's getting cast here. Maybe back to basics? Yeah, okay. Now I will consider casting this chalice for 0. Not anymore, okay. Or yeah, I still might. So we'll do this. The way that we're going to beat this back to basics is by cheesing Min out of the game. Which involves not giving him time to answer all the stuff we're doing. Strix is fine. I'm going to play the Blink Moth first. And depending upon how Min blocks, I might activate it to push through an extra source of damage. Probably not. Extra point of damage, probably not worth it. Yeah, getting fatal pushed, okay. Plus Karn. We reveal Phyrexian Revoker in Mishra's Factory. Ponder. Yeah, these back to basics are just so devastating against Steel Stompy. Or Chalice decks in general. It really changes the matchup profile. Min chose not to shuffle, which is not good for us. It means that we cannot beat whatever he has going on. Uh-oh. Kolaghan's Command? Because we definitely cannot beat a Kolaghan's Command. Yeah, much. I have two choices. I can either hope to top deck like 2 more lands or a soul land and try to cast this Thought-Knot Seer. But into all of these cards of Min's, I think that's too much to ask for. So I'm going to Phyrexian Revoker here, name Liliana the Last Hope. It might be right to name Jace the Mind Sculptor, but the way that Min fetched, Min has double black and not double blue. Okay, pondering. Chose not to shuffle. Oh, we're so dead. Okay, Dead of Winter. My poor little Revoker just got -4/-4. Ballista in hand. Could cast it for 0 to get it both countered by the Chalice of the Void and then die. I could cast another Chalice for 0. That would be funny. But really what I want to do here is just want to stock up my hand for stuff like a Hymn to Turok. Okay, Jace. Now we're dead. Back to Basics is a very powerful magic card. Turns all these really good creature lands into things that don't untap. Like, look at the amount of... Look how scary our board would have been right now. Like, Min would be super dead. But back to Basics. I'm gonna hold the city. I don't really know what I'm hoping for yet, but it's not to cast a Ballista and get it unsummoned. Strix, huh? Okay. Maybe I do just have to like jam a Chalice for 1. It's the only way I could sneak back into this. Yeah, this is terrible, but I think it's my only way in. I'm guessing Min doesn't even care. So Min will be the winner of MinMax battle number 2. Will be 1-1 in MinMax battles. He'll be the proud winner of I think it's 10 tickets we decided. Oh yeah, the beatdowns are coming in. Split min-max battles coming forward. So I hope that you've enjoyed these videos. If you did, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is where you are seeing these videos hosted. And on our blog, which is www.minmaxblog.com, we post articles every Wednesday. Min and I alternate, so you see sweet stuff coming in. We talk about the decks that we're interested in playing. Often there's videos with them, or just articles, some high-level theory stuff as well. Min's been really good with those. I'm going to let Min kill us here. I don't mind being ground out into oblivion. I don't want to take the fun away from him. Granted, I don't think I could win if I could choose my draw step for the rest of the match. Urborg's a start. It's not a good start, but it's land. Min is astrolabing it up. When I was looking through Modern Horizons for legacy playable cards, I didn't actually even consider Arkham's Astrolabe. I didn't know what this card was until Anurag started talking about it after Niklas Lalo, the Swedish mastermind behind a lot of really sweet legacy decks, started brewing up 4-color miracles with Ren and 6. And using Arkham's Astrolabe to allow you to fix mana while casting things off of basics in 4 colors. Yeah, we're dead. Okay, we'll discard a Thanatos here. So yeah, I just didn't see Arkham's Astrolabe coming, but it really fixes mana. It's not a good cantrip. It just draws a card, but a mana fixing cantrip is honestly just what these snow decks needed. Wonder if he's going to kill me first with damage or with Jace ult. Oh, damage. GG's. Or they will be soon. Okay, we are super dead. GG's Min. I'm going to concede this. Let's go over the decks that we played. Today we played 4-color Delver. It honestly didn't go quite as well as we'd hoped against Storm. We mulled low and then got beat. Trade. Min wants his ticks. Okay, let's do it. Where's Minifer? Trade. Min's gonna take 10 ticks from us. Where's the trade box? Here it is. All right. Submit. GG. So let's look at the decks again. So we had 4-color Delver. We mulliganed out and then we got beat by some Empty the Warrens tokens. I think that honestly this deck is well suited to beat Storm off the back of the Thoughtseize and Null Rod count, but it just didn't line up correctly. The Ren Prison deck is sweet. It's just, as you saw, it's not quite powerful enough to win in what should have been a fine matchup. It's got a couple deck design issues. It's just a little bit clunky and you really do fall victim to drawing the wrong stuff at the wrong time. Dredge was sweet. It beat up on a blue control deck, which is exactly what Dredge is aiming to do. And Steel Stompy was also very fun. Unfortunately, the Steel Stompy deck ran into the Back to Basics. So good on Min for putting those into his deck, and bad on us for running right into it. I really hope you enjoyed MinMax Battle number 2. Again, we release new content on our site, minmaxblog.com, every Wednesday, so come check it out. And we'll see you all for an article every week, and MinMax Battle number 3 coming soon. Take care. Bye-bye.